This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. May 29th, 1995 is a Raw I want to bring up because, and this is just before the debut of Nitro, of course, that would happen, that Labor Day. But The Undertaker would defeat the Intercontinental Champ Jeff Jarrett in a non-title match on this Raw, and it draws an all-time high rating for the show up to that point, a 3.9. When this comes out, obviously the Monday Night Wars aren't here yet, but does Vince take this as a sign of confidence and something, that Jeff Jarrett deserves a gold star for, or does the Undertaker get all the credit for this?
Undertaker gets all the credit for it, honestly.
Okay, that's fair.
But again, everybody needs a dancing partner, and it takes two to tango. And if you had put him in there with the Quebecers, I'm not sure that it would have garnered the same outcome. And Jeff Jarrett being a traditional heel, people want to see him get his ass kicked, and the opportunity to get your ass kicked by the Undertaker, people love that. Credit probably went to the Undertaker.
Jarrett's working in June against Razor, Adam Bomb, and Savio Vega on the house shows, getting wins on TV over enhancement talent for the most part, but he does drop a match by DQ to Savio Vega on Raw, and then finds himself in a tag team match with the Roadie against the 1-2-3 Kid and Savio Vega at some house shows and dark matches. Let's talk about the King of the Ring, 1995. Jeff's not wrestling on the show here, but he's ringside with the Roadie, who is in the tournament and loses to Savio Vega. This feels kind of weird. Jeff's the IC champ here and not in a match on the pay-per-view. What's up with that?
Well, we were starting to tell the story of the Roadie, and we wanted the Roadie to be able to have some credibility in the ring as well. So now the idea is this is the first taste. This is the first time that the Roadie is getting a little notoriety. So now the star, Jeff, starts getting a little jealous. So it's just planting seeds.
Well, I find it interesting for a few reasons, because while he's not booked on the King of the Ring here, he's allowed in the month of July to make a random indie shot for Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling. He defeats Jim Powers for the PCW US title, and then the next night, he beats him again. And he's doing this in front of 150, 225 fans. How does this come about? Are you guys allowing them to work indie dates? Did that have to go through the office? Is this a favor to someone?
It was an opportunity for the PCW US Championship, Conrad. And Clint from Poughkeepsie was there and thought it was damn great. No, this was, I think, Jim Kettner who did the Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling at the time. And from time to time, you do favors for guys if they're in the area and help them out a little bit.
So let's talk about the video, because it's around this time that you guys shoot this video and it starts to go all over your syndicated TV and your television. How did the idea for With My Baby Tonight come about? Whose idea was it? Who lined it up? Talk us through the shoot. This has obviously been a big part of the show, and I've got money riding on it. So let's try to keep singing to 2 songs or less if we can today.
Oh, come on.
I took the under.
It was mine and Pat's idea, especially when we found out about the singing voice of Jesse James, Brian Armstrong, Brian James. So we knew Jeff couldn't sing, but he portrays himself as a great country song. So what if he was just lip syncing and stars getting caught lip syncing? That was a big deal, man, because back, especially in this time frame, everybody used to like to catch the live performance. Go, are they really singing or are they lip syncing? And you would go back and they would play it. And it was a big thing on Entertainment Tonight. Did Dolly Parton lip sync or was she live? And they would show where they're all messed up and everything. Just a logical extension. Plus, Road Dogg had a hell of a voice. So let's make a single with Road Dogg and let Jeff take all the credit for it and talk about his hit single and the fact that he's got Road Dogg over here doing all the work. He's doing all the performing. the old heel manager is stealing your money angle that worked in every territory in the wrestling business for years and years and years. So Brian cut it. We did the video with Jeff. Spend my days working hard on the go, but the hands on the clock keep spinning too slow. I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight. And people are listening to it going, wow, that's not bad. So we were continuing it. Now, when we started this, and when I say we started this, when we came up with the idea of having Road Dogg sing the song, it was all leading up to a live performance where Jeff would get caught. And you would see, just like you were seeing on other shows, you would see Jeff get caught in the lip sync. And then we would expose that Jeff Jarrett never sang, and we had the raw footage of Brian James singing in the studio, and we expose it. That this isn't, Double J Jeff Jarrett. This is Double J Jesse James. And you do the turn with Jesse. Jeff and Jesse turn on, or they turn on each other and do the double turn type thing. And then you go to an angle between Jeff and Jesse. Seemed logical to me.
Let my family save your family some cash. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket, but we will save you money. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of how much. SaveWithConrad.com. All right, stop the tape. Here we go. It's what you've all been waiting for. With My Baby Tonight, they come up with the idea after they find out Road Dogg could actually sing. And shout out to Mr. Armstrong, recently recovering from some health scares. But they've got this genius idea to catch Jeff Jarrett lip syncing live, and that's going to become a big feud between the two. But boy, this song grew a life of its own again through Something to Wrestle. Were you surprised that this song had a bit of a resurgence because of a silly podcast?
I loved it. It was so amusing to me. And if we want to go back to the first time we met and me, doing the Orlando run in, and that was a late night. I can remember sitting back in the dressing room going, "Oh my God, are you kidding me? I got over here at midnight, and you're saying I'm up in an hour or what?" Conrad, how late was it that night that we went on stage? It was late.
We started after the NXT show, I think, so it was late. I mean, it was probably a 10 or 10:30, 11 o'clock start. So yeah, you would have been coming to the stage in the wee hours of the morning.
Yes, it was definitely in the wheel, and it was like, what the hell? But it was a lot of fun, and I had sort of got up to speed, just Bruce's old buddy. Hey, will you come by? Sure, bought it out. So we're going to do this, but it's kind of amazing. But I'll say to go back to 1995 when that song came out, and the catchiness of the tune and the backstage, and look, this is a whole episode. Me and the Road Dogg, and I actually just were texting with him about 3 hours ago, and I love that man. But us coming together again, that Conrad, it really is, and I hope we get into it sooner rather than later. But I'm not in charge of topics, but it's such a really, really unique story. But that song was really catchy back then. And, it's Dark-Ass. We did it with Jim Johnston, and the story behind that, there's some compassion and some, it's a love song. And that's, so you can look at the song in two ways, that it's a catchy tune, or it's the corniest damn thing and you hate it, but it's a song that you cannot get out of your brain and it just sticks with you. But being that it was in that sort of magical moment, and what you and Bruce, have you've certainly, in no two ways about it, paved the road for me and you to be talking tonight, but you sort of hammered on it in that way that it became part of Something to Wrestle with DNA. And I think that's pretty cool.
It is cool. Let's get back to where it all started, the original episode of Something to Wrestle featuring Jeff Jarrett. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.